Hi guys, thanks for joining me on my channel. So today I'm going to show you this look. I'm doing some big loose ringlets. It's a simple summer look in my style, and I'm going to talk about Neutrogena skincare, how I got rid of my acne, how to hide fine lines, discoloration, kind of all those little things, broken capillaries, with airbrush makeup as well as with great skincare and face primer. So I have some gorgeous products that I want to tell you about. So let's get started. Guys, I'm back again. It's been a minute. So I'm just getting ready and I want to do another airbrush makeup video. But I wanted to talk a little bit about skincare because I had some major breakouts which really made me feel like not getting on camera, and amongst other things, and just a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, I'm back and I wanted to talk about one, skincare. So I used to use Clarins, which is a lot more expensive, and I'd get it from Nordstrom's, but I wasn't able to get it. I didn't want to wait in the mail, so I switched. And in between, I had some mass breakouts. And then what I decided was to use something from the drugstore and do some research as to what products would really work for my skin and clear up discoloration, breakouts, fine lines, everything. And I found Neutrogena. And a lot of people have heard of this, but you can get it easily in the drugstore. And if you do Walgreens, sometimes they have buy one, get one, have 50% off. So it's actually really affordable. But I decided to use their products with retinol, and they say those are great for discoloration, fine lines, acne, and my skin cleared up. So I wanted to talk about that. So I've been using, with any skincare system, you should thoroughly clean your face. They have a acne stress control scrub as well as an exfoliator. Love this exfoliator. It says to use it with water, but I use it without water. It's gentle enough and you can see the dead skin coming off, which I thought was great, especially if you wear makeup or you're in hot weather. You really do need to exfoliate so the skin pores don't get clogged and trapped. And this is just a great little booster or extra if you do break out. It catches the breakout before it happens, so it helps keep your skin stable. And then, so I always use a serum, back to the skincare routine, a day cream. These both have retinol in them. This one has an SPF 30 in it, so that's great because using so many products, you want to eliminate and cut it down, and you'll forget to use stuff. And then sunscreen's a big deal if you want to get rid of discoloration. I find it really helps. So this, it is called the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Moisturizer with sunscreen. It comes without in case you don't like it. I was worried it was going to make me break out, and it didn't. So I do recommend it if you have sensitive skin. And then the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Serum, that was great. Some people say put the serum after the moisturizer. Some say people put it before. Either way, I think if you use them together, it just works. And it definitely worked for me. And then at night, instead of using I consider this my day moisturizer, at night I use the Healthy Skin Anti-Wrinkle Cream, and it's a little thicker, it has multivitamins, and I think it's a good addition. I like using a serum, a day cream, and a night cream. The night creams are always a little heavier without making you break out, and they just give you those nutrients that you need. And you really should take care of your skin, why not? So that was a nice little set that I did. And then I always get an eye cream. I feel eye creams work. I really like this. This one's a multivitamin treatment with alpha hydroxy acid. And one thing I should mention about the products with retinol, you'll know they're working because you'll feel a tingle and you'll see skin flaking off, and that's why it's important to exfoliate and keep your skin extremely clean. And when you do remove your makeup and you use these cleansers, you want to tone, and Neutrogena has a toner. And I thought it was a great size for what you get. I bought one and got the second one 50% off, so you have a lot that you can use. And I use it morning and night. After I wash my face, I use the toner, then I apply the creams. And it's nice to have a little system, and it's not going to run you a lot. I also, on that note, use their oil-free makeup remover. I don't use the ones with oils. They make me break out, but they have an oil-free one, which is great. And so I always take that off, wash the skin, tone, and then apply the products. And then if you are breaking out, what helped clear up my breakouts was their Rapid Clear. So this isn't a sponsored video. I just did a lot of experimenting, and I decided to go with one line and use all the pieces, and it worked. My skin cleared up, and I was really extremely happy. And this works right away within 8 hours. So if you put it on before you go to bed or in the day, that acne just goes away. And another little trick a lot of people don't know about, when your skin is really sensitive and it's overreacting and it's over dry, I will add a little Visine. It pulls the red out, it reduces the swelling if you have a pimple, and then I put on the Rapid Clear. And this has been a lifesaver because it's hydrating it without making it oily. And I got this tip off of a show, a TV show. It was like Oprah was doing a review, and they talked about using this on acne, pimples. It reduces the red, reduces the swelling, which is half the battle. So you're not picking at it, you're not trying to overcover it with makeup, and your skin looks more smooth. And then top that with the rapid release, and it worked really well. So using those products, I cleared up my skin. Oh my God, it was a nightmare, especially around my chin. Now I'm just dealing with the discoloration. So I wear a large hat when I walk every day. When I'm out in the sun, I'm really careful. I use the face cream with a sunscreen, and sometimes I'll add an additional sunscreen, and that is, I don't have them with me right now, but I'll show it to you. And it's for sensitive skin, doesn't clog the pores, doesn't make your skin whitish, because I have a tan, naturally tan skin tone. I come from a mixed background, so finding the right foundations and sunscreens always look kind of whitish and greasy, and then would add to the breakout. So it took me a while to figure out a system that worked that wasn't like high end. I had used Clarins forever, and then I just decided to use something that was a little more economical because of the current situation, because, you know, waiting for the job, losing the job, getting the job back, like all that stuff, business, you know how it is. I know you're all dealing with that right now, and I hope you're all doing well. So, I hope that skincare routine helps you if you are having problems with skin. I definitely like the Neutrogena, and like I said, I'm using the one with retinol, which comes in the gray, and then there's also the one with the how do you say that again? Alpha hydroxy acid, which is really great. It breaks down sugars that attach to the cells. I take that vitamin. I read a really great book by Dr. Perricone years ago, and it's for taking the right vitamins, eating the right foods for your skin type, which was really interesting, and how that helps your skin. And then, like I said, every so often a breakout will happen, and so these products were really great in terms of cleansing, and it's all one system. You have to use these products for at least 3 to 6 weeks to see results, and I say that with any skincare line before you know if it works or not, because the skin will change and it will be worse before it gets better. For me, this worked. I have a combination skin, oily and dry, and the breakouts were so bad. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't stop it, especially around my chin. So it was really crazy. But cleaning your skin, taking your makeup off properly is so important. So now that we got the skincare out of the way, another great product I want to talk about, and maybe I should have done a whole video on this, I was looking for some primers, because another thing that makes your skin look really great under foundation is a smooth base without making you break out, without being oily. And I wanted something that would just, it's just a little touch that gives it a smoothness to your foundation, so you're not working as hard and using as much foundation, especially if you have problem skin. This will just kind of be that little extra step, but well worth it. I went to the drugstore and got e.l.f. and it is a poreless face primer. And I was worried that with cheaper products, they would make me break out and they would have a lot of ingredients. And it actually doesn't. And it is amazing. It basically, I don't have my glasses on, hang on here, but I'll read you the back. Directions: apply to a clean, clear skin to makeup application, use a small amount and blend evenly over the face. With all these products, one thing I noticed when I pumped once, like that, it is a lot. And that is more than enough to cover your face. And I like to warm it up between the fingers, and then I just smooth. It feels so lightweight and like nothing. And once again, this video isn't sponsored. These companies did not send me products. I just did my own research because I'm looking for great skin for the summer, flawless skin, clearing up my acne. It's kind of my mission right now. And just fine lines, discoloration. And I find all of this just kind of eliminated that. But this e.l.f. poreless face primer, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I don't know what the exact herb is, sage or something, but you just one pump, smooth and just gently, and you can feel it right away. And it feels great. And I wouldn't say it gives a dewy appearance under the foundation. I would say it gives a silky appearance. So I have a natural shine when I put my foundation. And if most of you have been watching my videos, you know that I use Airbrush foundation. I started using it because it was long wear. I was breaking out. So my skin goes up and down. And it's when I use a skincare system, it seems to go away. When I eat clean, it goes away. When I'm not stressed, it goes away. But, you know, it's life. It's part of life. It's going to happen. So it's knowing those little tips and tricks to kind of counteract all that stuff. So back to that. So now I'm going to do an airbrush. I'm going to do a really gorgeous eye for you guys today. I'm going to use Airbrush products because it's been a minute. And I've already done my eyebrows. I've tried out this new pencil. For my eyebrows, because they're a unique shape, I use the Micro Pen by L'Oreal in dark brown. And then I use a darker, tiny tip crayon pen. This one I usually use the L'Oreal. This time I tried the Brow Ultra Slim by Mabeline. And I got it in close to black because I wanted to make them darker. I don't like going out in the sun and my eyebrows looking brown and then I have black hair. It just doesn't work. I don't care what anyone says. It looks stupid. Anyway, so those are two products I already put on. We put on a little primer. And then I'm going to go in and do foundation. I've been testing out the Bello, I don't even know how it says, Bello Ciccio foundations. They're really good. You have to shake them really, really well. They are probably the lowest price foundations, but actually really good for airbrush. You do have to shake extremely well. And I noticed they were difficult to get out through the air gun. I'm going to do another video on that at another time. Today we're going to keep it simple because I did talk about all the skincare. And I am going to go in with foundation. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going in, I already had a little foundation on. I'm just going in with a darker color, the SoftGlow 146, to give myself a tan look and to also cover some of these dark spots from the discoloration. No, I don't want to go too dark. I just want to blend out the skin to match my tone and maybe even a little bit tan looking. And then I'm going to go in now with the 117 SoftGlow by Dinair. I'm using their foundations today. I'm just using up some of this. I'm going to go into the neck. Being that it's summer, we want to match. And I'm going to go right with the extra, go in and contour on the sides. Just to create a little shadowing. Okay. And then now, like I said, I'm going to go in with my lighter foundation and do the contour. Once again, it's Airbrush. This is the 1117 Natural Beige. It is quite light for my skin tone, but for a highlight, it's perfect. So the other foundation I used was the 146 Dark Golden. Is it Dark Golden? Yeah, Golden Olive. Because I wanted to create a tan look. I also wanted it darker to blend out my discoloration, which I found really helped. Sorry, just had a little drip. And now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to go in on the eyelids, underneath the eye, because that's where I want it to brighten, around the nose, around the mouth. This is where I've been getting a lot of discoloration and breakouts lately. And then I'm going to blend it out into my cheekbone. And this creates more dimension in the foundation and the makeup. And then I'm going to do the forehead. And nobody really sees it because I have bangs, but I like to even it out. I go a little bit more on my lids to just kind of, as almost like a base for my shadow. And I'll go around the nose. I get a little red and just down the center of my neck. So I'm just using light and dark to create light and dark shadows and just even out that skin tone. And I've completely covered my discoloration, fine lines, everything doing that. And if you want more tips or if you have questions, I can tell you how to do that. Just comment below. And if you're enjoying this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I know covering acne, covering scars, covering fine lines is a big issue, so there's a trick to it, and anyone can do it, any skin tone, any skin type. It's playing with light and dark, it's having a good skincare system in the meantime, and getting rid of those kind of lumps and unevenness throughout the skin. And sometimes we don't have the money to do the facials and all the fancy stuff, but there's a lot of great videos online where I learned about dermaplaning and using, like, where is it? These small little razors that you can get from like Walgreens, Rite Aid, everywhere. And you just carefully, on damp skin, not on dry skin, you can just clean off skin, you can shed, you have to exfoliate, and that's basically what it's doing. Okay. So, hi guys. So I just took a minute to figure out the makeup look I want to do today. And I added some light, so it might be a little bit brighter. So I think because we talked about skincare and just gorgeous skin and primer, I think I'm going to keep this very natural. I've done my eyebrows. I use the Maybelline pencil and the L'Oreal Micro Brow. It just gives me more of a natural look. It works for my eyebrows because they have a unique shape. And then the foundation, I'll just recap. Once again, I used a dark olive 146 Soft Glow from Dinair. And then for the center, I used 117 Soft Glow by Dinair. And it does give a soft matte look. And used right and in the right way, sprayed correctly, it covers fine lines, which is great. I have some lines in here and I find that it just fades them out. It gives the illusion of everything blending, and that's what you're doing. You're playing with light and dark and you're blending, and that's why Airbrush is so great. I do use eyeshadow powders and other products that aren't Airbrush because I believe in mixing and getting the best of both worlds, and I also believe in accommodating your budget. It can get quite pricey buying these little tiny bottles, and it can be frustrating when your guns clog, and a lot of people don't talk about that, but it does happen. So for the average person, if you're not willing to take the time to clean those guns and stay up on it, it can be really annoying. But I am here to show you some tips and tricks to make life easier. So once again, back to the look. I'm going to do a summer look. I am going to use Vanity, which is a sparkly pink, to give a highlight. And I'm going to spray that lightly on the cheekbones and in the eye area. And then I'll be using the Fawn Brown, which is like a warmer, maybe a redder tone brown, because I want to keep everything warm and bright because I do have a darker hair and I want everything to be light, not so heavy and dark. We're going to keep the tone or the theme in line with great skin and summer looks. And this would be my summer look. And I'd probably do a nude or a light pink lip if I'm running around day to day. And so let's do a little of that. And I find with the airbrush makeup, they'll say you only need 1 or 2 drops for this and that. I do use more than that, and I don't think it's realistic to say that. You'd have to have flawless skin, which no one has, to only use 1 or 2 drops, maybe 4 or 5 for foundation. I use probably 12 or to 15. And I use a concealer, so I just want to let you know. So I'm going to do a little bit of the Vanity on the top tip of the cheek, just for a little highlight. You could even do your lips if you want a little shine and you don't want a lip, and just add a little lip gloss or even a little of their dewy primer. So I just look for my natural highlight. If you look in the light, you'll see your own reflection on any skin tone. And I just very lightly, I don't want a strong kind of pink right there. I like to keep it as natural as possible for summer. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to use this just as a, make sure I don't spray it everywhere. I'm going to go more into the ends. You can go, well, let's go right into the eye. So I'm going to go on the lid. You can see it just adds a nice, beautiful pink sheen. And remember, I added a light foundation on my lid so that the color would come out. If you have fairer skin, you wouldn't need to. If you have darker skin, you might want to. My skin's kind of in between, so colors don't always pop unless I do almost like a primer beforehand. So as you can see, I've got a beautiful little pink sheen, but I don't want my makeup all to be pink. I want to mix it. I like more mattes. I like more natural looking for this look. So we're going to put that away. We're going to use the Fawn Brown just to tone it down and just create a little definition on the eye. This one's an old one. I've had this one forever, but it's a gorgeous color. Okay. So for the eyes, I probably would say I do use 1 to 2 drops. For that, I don't use a lot. I spray lightly. I'm careful because it can go really wrong really fast if you have too much on the eye with airbrush. So I build up lightly and I do layers. I love doing like an ombre. So I might go just a little bit in here, and I'm going to go in the corners just to give it a little definition and tone down the pink. And you can see I've created kind of a darker little, it's almost like a triangle. I'm using my stencil. Once again, I got this from Dinair. Love their products. Can't say much for their manager. That's another video. Anyway, so I've gone in, and then if you see a little unevenness, you can gently pull out the eye, and I'm filling it in, just giving it a little more depth. If you're new to airbrush, eventually you get the hang of it. I'm very lightly tipping back and forth on this. And this is my one gun, which is my favorite airbrush gun right now. And mainly because I don't have to have a cord. So I'm free to use it all over. And that's been great. So you can see I've done a little brown. And I blend it in. And I don't want to cover the pink. I just want to make it soft. And I don't go too crazy because I am still going to do a little eyeliner, eyelashes, and then I'll tap in with a little powder. And sometimes I have to do that to even it out. Sometimes it just adds another color. You know, don't feel you only have to do airbrush because you're using an airbrush. You can use shadow products on top of it and they work just fine. And they complement each other. Whatever it takes to accomplish the look you want to accomplish, that's really what it's all about. And I'm all about collaging and mixing and finding what works as an artist. Because that's really what it's all about. And that's how you make your own unique stamp and your own unique style. I'm just cleaning out my gun right now. I always have some cleaner on hand, and I bought that as well from Dinair. It's really just water with like a lemon citrus thing. That's what they explained it to me. It's nothing major, but it works really well to clean out your gun. And between every application, I clean that out. It sounds like a lot of work, but it actually is not. You get used to it. It's really not a big deal. It just allows colors not to get clogged in the guns. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my stencil. I always have a little black towel in my lap. If you've seen my other videos, you know that. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a liquid liner. I like the quality of the liner. I like how vibrant it is. And I'm just going to do the top. If it was a really hot day, or if I was running around, I would do no liner, just pop the lashes on and keep it super natural. This is the fun thing. You can really dress this up or dress it down. Today I'm going to do the liner. It's a Saturday. I want a little definition. And I love a good liquid liner. I like how it can make a great point without all the work. Okay. And yes, you can do that with airbrush. It's totally your choice. Like I said, I love to mix. So I have my lashes ready. I have my glue. I always use the duo glue in the blue and white tube. And I'm just going to paint on some glue on the lashes. I've probably worn these lashes almost 20 times now. They're just strip lashes. They're Kiss Pompadour. I did not trim them because I wanted to keep them super lush. Usually I trim them and sculpt them to my eye, and I just like them the way they are. They're super big, and they look great with or without liner. Like and very natural in regards to the width of the lash. And you can see how it just started to build the eye. And now we've got the layers happening. So I'm just going to tap in there, let that dry. I like to just paint on my glue. And I sit and give it about 60 seconds to a couple minutes. And I just do my stuff that's been sitting here. And that way the glue is a little bit more tacky. It takes about 60 seconds for the duo glue to get tacky, and then it adheres quickly. And so there's no rush on that. But it's nice to have them laid out and ready. So as you can see, it's super natural, light. And I've switched my mascaras. I'm now using the Mabeline. It's a very tiny brush. And I really use this to coat my real lashes and then get rid of the powdered look, as well as just kind of adhere them to the false lashes without sticking them. And it seems to work really well. This is a nice light mascara, and I use the Very Black. And then while the lashes are drying, I just go in and I just paint. And if anything gets knocked out, I just tap like that. And I wear strip lashes every day. I love it. And just because I have darker hair, I find it just makes my eyes pop and just adds a little something. With or without eyeliner, it looks great. Trust me, these lashes are gorgeous. So once again, the lashes are Kiss Pompadour, and they're very wispy. And it's a great way to pick your like I pick different wisps and sizes of lashes, and I wanted these to be very wispy, almost natural, but not, and long. And so that when I didn't wear them without a lot of makeup, it looks really neat. And when I do wear it with a lot of makeup, I could still make it look glam. And so this is just kind of an in-between lash. I've got thicker ones, which are also really gorgeous. It's so much fun to just play and not be stuck to one look. Okay. In between, I'm always cleaning up all my equipment, and it may drive you nuts because I suddenly see me looking down, but it's a habit I had from working as a professional makeup artist. I keep everything clean, everything is organized, and I just find my workspace and how I work is a lot easier that way. So now I still have a little brown here, and it just kind of is like not going anywhere. So what I like to do is, I love this brush. It's a blending brush. It's a MAC brush. I'm sorry, I don't remember the number, but this tip is great for going underneath the eye. I could do that with my airbrush, but I chose not to today. And if you're a beginner, you may not want to because it can be a lot of work. I do use my stencil, and on a client's I'll do it, but it can be a lot of fun just to use some of the products you have. I've had these shadows forever, and they're all MAC. So I have a light pink and a brown, so I want to keep it kind of natural. I don't want to go too dark on the bottom. So I could do something fun and go do like a hot pink, and then it would be kind of bright and fun. So I might do that. And I'll start from the corner. And you see the black just kind of ending there. It needs to be kind of blended out. Now normally I would take my airbrush and I would finish my liner and extend out, and it blends it and just kind of get the best of both worlds with that perfect liquid liner, and then you get the airbrush and it looks like a beautiful cat eye. And I love that vintage inspired but taking it into the modern world. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm keeping this natural in my world, I'm just doing a hot pink to blend out. And the reason why I go brighter with the colors underneath is to create a brightness. It's kind of fun, it's different, and it just gives it a little more edge than a boring traditional makeup look. There we go. So not super bright, I didn't go super crazy. I just want to blend that out, and that shadowing down kind of will hide little fine lines and imperfections, and so it's kind of got a lot of different benefits. Now, the eyeshadow I had used, I told you, was like a brownish red. It was called Fawn Brown. It was a soft, wait, well, not soft. It's a matte-based kind of foundation airbrush makeup, which is gorgeous, and I could have gone all the way down, but I didn't want to have that much brown. So I happen to have these shadows, but I do have some similar shadows that kind of match that tone, so I'm just going to take this kind of shadow. I don't know the names because this palette is so old, but I'm going to go in and just kind of blend out here so it kind of matches. Ooh, did I poke my eye? So I've got browns and pinks. That's my idea natural. Now if you don't love the center, or now that I'm building it, maybe I want to go darker, I don't know. You could take a little of that pink, even that brown, and just kind of, I felt like it was just kind of needed a little, not a lot, just a little color, a little hot pink, but I've made it really soft pink. So it's just this dreamy kind of eye look, and I'm getting the best of both worlds by combining the airbrush with the shadow. So don't feel you have to use one product, and it's what you want to do. You're the artist. Use the tools the way you want to. So I like to be creative and play. Now I forgot to do the mascara on the bottom. So let's do that. I think today I'm going to add in a little burgundy. My version of natural. The burgundy is great for bringing out blue and green eyes. It's just really fun to do shadows on the bottom and then contrast with different colors or similar colors of mascara on the bottom. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm using this burgundy to play off the pink and the browns, and you can see that. So it's a soft look. It's actually not as much as you think. So I kind of did all these little extra, oops, something fell, extra steps just to kind of, because I started having fun. And let's do a blush. And if you've watched my videos, you've seen these before. I've got these shadows I've had forever. Yes, you could do it with your airbrush and do beautiful blushes. One of my favorite is peach pink. And so today what I'm going to do is just a light pink. This is another MAC one. I'm doing powders just because I have it out. But if you wanted an all-day look, the airbrush is great for that. It really holds. But I find this has been pretty good, combining powders and airbrush. It's been a great experiment to see what I can do, as well as use up my product. Like, I'm not going to go buy all new product. And it's funny, I have all the product and I can do full airbrush, but I really like to combine. So I encourage that. I really encourage you to mix and not feel like you're with one company, and even to try different airbrush companies. I'll do a video on that other airbrush foundation that I mentioned before, but I was talking about skincare, so I just really wanted to just kind of throw that in there. But as you see, we're done. I'm going to keep the lips natural. I have a little highlight from the Vanity sparkle that I did. I don't have any clear lip gloss on me. Let's see. I do have, let's see. Do a little moisturizer. Well, I don't have my clear gloss, so let's see. So many options, so many things to do. It's super soft right now. So I could do a soft matte brown lip. Or I could do, ideally I wanted to do a clear gloss with the Vanity. My lips are a little dry, so I think I'm going to try this light pink matte. This is by Wet n Wild. What you can do is, what's neat is you can go in and just paint with the tip. If you're getting dolled up, you could take your liner, go a little bit over your lips, and then paint with that. This is a nice light color, so you don't have to work too hard with your lines. You can just paint in. And that looks great. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the makeup video. If you have questions on the skincare, the Neutrogena, the retinol, I find they really help with fine lines, discoloration, acne. You can shoot me questions down below. I'm not a dermatologist, so I'm not an expert, but I can point you in the right direction, or I can tell you my own experiences with those products. And then with the e.l.f. primer, I have nothing but great things to say about this. It is a beautiful smell, goes on silky. My foundation looks soft, and it gives me a nice sheen underneath my matte, so it's nice to play with that kind of those contrasting, you know, kind of silkiness with the drier matte on drier skin, on problem skin. Most people think that they cannot do that on older skin, and then it's really not true. You can do so many things, and as you can see, I got a nice fresh look with flawless coverage. But yeah, just drop me questions below if you want to. Share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on my latest videos. I'm doing my best to get them out more regular now that I hope most of this craziness that's been going on really made me feel like not being on social media. So I decided, you know, I needed to just keep doing these videos on products. I enjoy them. It keeps me going. I hope you're enjoying the videos as well. And thank you so much for watching this whole video. I hope it was informative and you got some great tips. And have a great day. We'll see you soon.